Hey vlog, Hannah here. Oh, I know, that's so funny. I just say Hannah here. I don't know, it's just the easiest way to say it. I am going to just start doing a segment on what I've been learning. Each day you learn something new. And let me tell you, I learn about a minimum of 5 new things. Look how big my hand is. I just finished a Kindle book on psychology of relationships. I took a lot from that book. It was very eye-opening. I was very receptive to it. I would say I learned that things happen. It is biologically. I guess, okay. One of the things, in relationships, the biggest anxiety is cheating, infidelity, polygamy, not monogamy. And in this book, it kind of stated, humans biologically are not necessarily monogamous. Birds are monogamous, and a couple other mammals are. But with faith and belief is what humans connect with monogamy. So it takes a strength, of a human being to say, hey, I love you and only you. Because people will always still find other people attractive. People will always find other people to be intriguing. But with a very healthy partnership, relationship, connection, you can still feel that feelings of, oh, that person's beautiful, but I have this connection with this person. So yes, that person's beautiful, but I only see them as the beauty that I want to see in them. Does that make sense? So, okay, for instance, in my life, if I'm with someone and someone's walking down the road and he's super attractive, I'd be like, okay, yeah, he's attractive, but I like the person I'm with. I find the person I'm with very attractive. So yes, they're attractive, but I don't see that connection of, oh, I want to have a relationship with a random stranger that just walked down the street. Oh, I'm not having these fantasies of this person that just walked down the street, because your connection is healthy. Now, when an unhealthy connection happens, that attractiveness that you see from, because everyone's attractive in their own way, even married people will find someone else attractive, but they love who they married, so they won't act on that attractiveness. Does that make sense? Because in conclusion, what I learned is, well, first of all, yeah, that humans are not necessarily biologically monogamous like other mammals are. And that has to do with society, and just the way things are. It was kind of the Christianity belief of you be with one person for the rest of your life and that's it. And so, another thing I learned was there's healthy traits and unhealthy traits. There is no person that has 100% healthy traits. There could be people that have 100% unhealthy traits. But when you're looking for a relationship, which outweighs the other? If the unhealthy traits outweigh the healthy traits, not going to work. If there's more healthy traits than unhealthy traits, those unhealthy traits can be worked on. Or if they're brought to light, say, okay, an unhealthy trait would be, how about just lying, okay, or dishonesty. So that's an unhealthy trait, because that means there's lack of communication. So if you are with someone that's super respectful, very gentle, very kind, but is a liar, well, that trait can be worked on unless they're a compulsive liar. So it's about communication. If you say, hey, you have all these beautiful traits, but I'm catching you lying a lot, and it hurts me because it's kind of disrespectful, and being a liar is just not healthy, because if you're lying to other people, you're lying to yourself. And usually we do things to other people that we do to ourselves. What do you mean by that? I'll tell you. It's called projection. Okay, so say, for instance, someone's very insecure about the way they are, the way they look, the way they feel. They will project that insecurity on the person that they're with to either make them feel the way that they're feeling. That's projection. Or if the person I'm with is very dishonest, then they're going to project that I'm the one being dishonest because they know they're being dishonest, or they think that I'm being dishonest as well. That's projection too. Relationships. I learned, so just from my basis, from my experience of relationships, do I look okay? I think I look fine. My experience with relationships, it kind of started, so let's just rewind to when I was a kid. I was just this happy-go-lucky, swaggy kid that was just good at everything she ever did. Good job, Hannah. Wow. That brings a lot of haters, let me tell you. And when you befriend your worst enemy, that leads you down a 12-year cycle of misery, causing me to look at relationships in the wrong way because I was in such an unhealthy relationship for so long because my friend hated my guts but loved me so much. You know how unhealthy that is? And then it was projected onto me. Projection. I'm jealous and envious of you, so I'm gonna make you feel so bad about yourself. Projection. And I'm not saying I'm not 100% saying projection right, but I'm kind of like along the lines of like what this means. If you are completely authentic yourself, you love who you are, someone will project that you don't deserve to act that way, feel that way, or be that way because they can't. Projection. I learned, what else did I learn? I learned that, just give me a moment because I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to like post it. Relationships, like the push and pull factor. It's like someone would say, like, who pushed who away? You know what I mean? Like, someone could push someone away, but the other person could unintentionally cause that person to push them away because they didn't know how to navigate feelings, emotions, or situations. So it's like maybe a form of self-sabotage. It's like, I didn't know how to handle these things, so I'm going to do all these things for you to push me away because I did these things for you to push me away, and then thinking they pushed you away. So it's like who did what? What did who? Relationships. And these are just like, this is all relationships in general. Friendships, romantic relationships, family relationships. It's like, so judgment is like something happened in the past. Is it forgivable? Well, everyone, that's tough. I'm not going to say that. Things, some things, some people, it's like, does everyone deserve forgiveness? In God's eye, yes, God can forgive you, but that doesn't mean a person will forgive you for something in the past. So forgiveness is more for you than for the person you're forgiving, because when you aren't forgiving the person, so say someone did me so dirty and I hold that grudge forever because I don't forgive them, I'm holding on to that for so long, I cannot move on I cannot move on healthily. You're not forgiving the person, you're forgiving the behavior or action that happened, to say, hey, that happened, And I forgive myself so I can move on. And not necessarily forgive yourself for letting it happen or what happened, or it's none of that. It's just like, there was someone in the past that I couldn't forgive. Like, I was so hurt. I just couldn't forgive this person. And then I said, you know what? Forgiveness is key. And it's not for me. And it's not for you. It's for my soul to forgive. Because it's like that grudge aspect. It's like, if you hold a grudge, you're holding on to something. I learned forgiveness through Ho'oponopono, a Hawaiian mantra. I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. And it's to forget and let go. And a lot of people would be controversial about the forget part. We're not meant to hold on to every memory, every emotion, every feeling. We're not meant to. That would be so overstimulating. If it's, you want to forget some things, but it's not like an unhealthily forgetting. It's more of, that memory is still there, but I'm going to forget the feeling that was attached to that memory so I can move on in a healthy way. You know? Ho'oponopono. I'm going to get that tattooed right here. Ho'oponopono. What else did I learn? I learned that my focus has gotten so beautifully better. I read a full 196-page book on Kindle on my phone from front to back, and it was fantastic. I did it. I read a book. Well, vlog, there's so much more things that I learned, but it's already been 11, now 12 minutes. So I'm just going to cut it there and just say, hey, I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm getting better. I watched Tarzan, and these gorillas, they like banged on him like that. And that was hard to watch because these gorillas looked so real. Yeah, before we end the segment of what I learned in life, for life, I started watching Dungeons and Dragons. That is hilarious. I watched Fast X, which that was fantastic. It's always funny because if I watch a movie, for instance, Fast X, and Lenny in the movie, which is Vin Diesel's wife in that particular movie, Lenny was Holga in Dungeons and Dragons. So I watched the one movie after the other of one of the same actresses, and it's so cool to see their character change. But they're still like themselves. That's my segment of the day. Peace, love, and happiness.